Around 3 years ago, I worked in an office as an administrative assistant. All I really did was make coffee, photocopy documents, and answer the telephones. I was 20 years old at the time. One day, around 5 months into working there, I found a card on my desk after coming back from my lunch break. I opened it, obviously. Inside, it said, "Dear Sarah, I enjoy working with you. Love from question mark." It didn't freak me out, and I found it kinda sweet that someone had sent me a card saying how much they enjoyed working with me. When I asked around the office, no one seemed to want to own up. I brushed it off. It wasn't a big deal at all to me at the point. 4 days later, after coming back from my lunch break again, there were flowers left on my desk, but this time, there was no card. Again, no one owned up, and to be honest, it didn't freak me out at all. I didn't really think anything of it. I was more intrigued and wondering who maybe had a thing for me in the office. I secretly hoped it was the really hot guy who worked 3 desks away from me. At this point in my life, I was living between 3 addresses. One was my mom's house, one was my grandma's, and the others was a friend's house that I went to when I got fed up with them both. I received a card in the mail one day around 2 weeks after the flower incident. The card was a little creepy this time. Whoever sent it had superglued jelly beans to the outside. They are my favorite candy. And inside, it read, "Dear Blondie, you're brilliant." This time, it unnerved me a little bit, as they obviously now know where I live, but still, I put it aside and got on with my life, and didn't think too much on it. 3 days later, another card appeared in the mail. This time, it hadn't been stamped, so they must have hand-delivered it. And they delivered it to my grandmother's address. This time, the card was actually written with letters cut out of a newspaper, like you see those creepy stalkers doing in movies. It read, "Dear Blondie, you have amazing legs. Remember to smile." Now I was creeped out. Whoever it was must have known where I was staying to make sure I received the card. Whoever this person was, they kept sending me cards. The cards became extra creepy to a point where I would feel sick waking up in the morning and finding a card addressed to me. They had started drawing pictures of me in the cards. They drew me in situations I had been in recently, like they drew a picture of me sat on a park bench, or a picture of me sat in a bar drinking a glass of wine. They weren't good drawings, but just incredibly creepy. I decided to go to the police as this person was clearly following me and knew where I was staying, on what night, and with who, to give me these cards. The police didn't really do much when I presented them with the 12 cards I'd received, as obviously they didn't have any evidence on who it was. And I also had no idea. They told me if I received anything else, then to take it in, and they'll log it in for me or something. I took all of the cards into work. I cried to my coworkers and even stuck them all over the notice board in the office with a long letter explaining that I would appreciate it if this person, whoever it was, please stop contacting me. I had meetings with my manager. I opened up to everyone about it, and I was told to take some time off from work. This went on for another 5 weeks where I would receive cards from this person literally every other day. The messages were becoming more and more creepy and sexual inside the cards, and I was becoming increasingly anxious and scared. I was even scared to be on my own at any time. It really affected me. My mom and grandma decided to install security cameras on their properties to try and catch this person out. Strangely, after this, my mom and grandma never received anything else from me. I stayed at my friend's house one night, and this person had some flowers delivered to me at her address. The flowers said the usual, "Dear Blondie, blah blah blah." I managed to catch this person out this time though. As the flowers from a florist, I frantically called them and asked who sent the flowers, as I was being stalked. And the only way they could was if a police officer came in and asked to see records. The police did, and finally I got some answers. The man who was stalking and obsessed with me worked in my office. He was a 63-year-old single man who lived on his own. The police told me that once they arrested him, that on his personal computer, he had hundreds of images of me that he had saved from Facebook. He also had a picture of me in his wallet. All that happened to this man who stalked the shit out of me was that he lost his job and he's never allowed to contact me again.